Coriolanus by William Shakespeare. The players, persons represented: Callias Marcius, Coriolanus, Roman Titus Varius, generals against the Volscians, and one more general, Cominius. Then there is Cominius Agrippa, friend to Coriolanus. Brutus, Junius Brutus, tributes to the people. Young Marcius, son to Coriolanus, a Roman herald. Tullius Aputius, general of the Volscians, lieutenant to Appius. Conspirators with Appius, a citizen of Antium. Two Volscian guards, Bonia, mother to Coriolanus, Vigilia, wife to Coriolanus, Valeria, friend to Vigilia, gentlewomen attending on Vigilia, Roman and Volscian senators, patricians, editors, lictors, soldiers, citizens, messengers, servants to Claudius and other attendants. Scene partly in Rome and partly in the territories of the Volscians. Antioch says, Act 1, Scene 1, Rome, a street. Enter a company of mutinous citizens with staves, clubs, and other weapons. Before we proceed any further, hear me speak, citizens. Speak, speak. You are all resolved rather to die than resolved. First, you know Callias Marcius is a chief enemy to the people. We know it. Let us kill him, and we'll have corn at our own price. Is there a verdict? No more talking on. Let it be done. Away, away. One word, good citizens. We all are counted poor citizens, the patricians good. Authority suffice. On would relieve us, if they would yield us but the superfluity, while it were wholesome, we might guess they relieved us humanely. But we think we are too dear the lenience that afflicts us. The object of our misery is an inventory to particularize their abundance. Our sufferance is a gain to them. Let us revenge this with our pikes, ere we become rakes, for the gods know I speak this in hunger for bread, not in thirst for revenge. Would you proceed especially against Caesius? Against him first, he, a very dog to the commonalty. Consider you what services he has done for his country. Very well, and could be content to give him good report, but he that pays himself with being proud may but speak not maliciously. I say unto you what he hath done famously. He did it to that end, though so conscious men can be content to say it was for his country. He did it to please his mother, and to be partly proud, which he is, even to the attitude of his virtue. What he cannot help, in his nature you account a vice in him. You must be we prating here to the capital. Come, come! So who comes here? Worthy Minius Agrippa, one that has always loved the people. He's the one honest enough when all the rest was so. Enter Minius Agrippa. What works my countryman in hand? Where go you? With bats and clubs the matter? Speak, I pray you. A business is not now to the sick. They have inkling with this forthright that what we intend to do, which now we shall engage. They say poor suitors have strong breaths. They shall know we have strong arms too. Why, masters, my good friends, my honest neighbors, will you undo yourselves? We cannot say we are for your wants, your suffering in this death. You may as well strike at the heaven with your staves as lift them against the Roman state. Whose costs will on the way it takes, crackling 10,000 curbs are more strong, link asunder than can ever appear any your impediment for the death, the gods know your knees to them, not arms, must help, alack. You are transported by calamity, thither where more attends you, and your slander, the helms of all the state, who care for you like fathers, when you curse them as enemies. Suffer us to make edicts for usury, to support usurers, repeal daily any wholesome act established against the rich, and provide more piercing statutes daily to chain up and restrain the poor. If the wolves eat us not up, they will, and there's all the love they bear us. Either you must confess yourselves wanderers malicious, or be accused of folly. I shall tell you a pretty tale. It may be you have heard it, but since it serves my purpose, I will venture to stealth a little more. Well, but I please you deliver. There was a time all the body's members rebelled against the belly, thus accused it that only like a gulf it did remain. I, the mist of the body, idle and inactive, still covered in divined, never bearing like labor with the rest, where the other instruments did see and hear, devise, instruct, walk, feel, and mutually participated, minister to unto the appetite and affection common of the whole body. The belly answered, well, sir, what answer made the belly? I tell you, with a kind of smile, which there came from the lungs, but even thus, look you, I may make the belly smile as well as speak. It tauntingly replied to the discontented members, the mutinous parts, that envied his receipt even so most fitly as you malign our senators for that. They are not such as you. Your belly answered, what? The kingly crowned head, the vigilant eye, the counselor heart, the arm a soldier, a steed, a leg, the tongue, a trumpet, with other nutriments and petty helps in this other fabric, all that they. What then? Folly, this fellow speaks. What then? What then? Should by the cormorant belly be restrained? How is the sink of the body? Well, what then? The former agents, if they did complain, what could the belly answer? I will tell you, if you bestow a small of what you have little, patience a while, you'll hear the belly's answer. You are long about it. Note me, ask thy friend, your most grave belly was deliberate, not much like his accusers, and thus answered, true it is, my incorporate friends, quoth he, that I receive the general food at first, which you do live upon, and fit it is, because I am the storehouse and the shop of the whole body. But if you do remember, I send it through the rivers of your blood, even to the core, to the heart, to the seat of the brain, and through the cranks and offices of men, the strongest nerves and small inferior veins. From me receive that natural competency where they live, and though all at once, you, my good friends, this, says the belly, mark me, I serve. Well, thou out at once cannot say what I do deliver out to each. Yet I can make my audit up that all from me do back receive the flower of all and leave me but the bran. What say you to it? It was an answer. How apply you this? The senators of Rome are the good belly, and you the mutinous members, for examine their counsels and their cares, digest things rightly. Touching the weal of the common, you shall find no public benefit which you receive, but it proceeds or comes from them to you. But it proceeds or comes from them to you, and no way from yourselves. What do you think, you, the great toe of this assembly? I, the great toe. Why the great toe? For that being one, oh, the lowest, basest, poorest of this common wise rebellion, thou dost foremost, though rascal, that art worst in blood to run, leadest first to win some vantage. But make you ready your stiff bats and clubs. Rome and her rats are at the point of battle. The one side must have failed. Enter Cassius Marcius. Well, noble Marcius, thanks. What's the matter, you licentious rogues? That rubbing the poor itch of your opinion make yourselves scabs? We have ever your good word. Hey, that will give good words to ye will flatter. Beneath the pouring, what would have you? You cares that, like your peace nor war, the one affrights you, the one makes you proud. He that trusts to you, where he finds you lions, finds you hares, where foxes, geese, you are no sure, no. Then is the coal of fire upon the ice, or a stone in the sun. Your virtue is to make him worthy whose offences dues him, and curse the justice did it. Who deserves greatness deserves your hate, and your affections the sixth man's appetite. Who desires most that which would increase his evil. He that depends upon your favours swims with fins of lead, and hews down oaks with rushes. Hang ye, trust ye, with every minute you do change your mind, and call him noble that was now your hate. If vile that was your garland, what's the matter that in these several places of the city do you cry seeking? For corn are there in rates. Wherefore they say the city is well stored. Hang them, they say. They sit by the fire and presume to know what is done in the capital. Who's like to rise, who thrives and who declines? Side factions and give out conjectural marriages, making parties strong and feebling, such as to stand not in their liking below their cobbled shoes, who say there's grain enough, where the nobility lay aside their roofs and let me use my sword. I'll make a quarry with thousands of these quartered slaves, as high as I could pick my lance. Nay, these are almost thoroughly persuaded, for though abundantly they lack discretion, yet are they passing cowardly. But I beseech you, what says the other troop? They are dissolved, hang them. They say they and hungry side forth Proverbs that hunger broke stone walls, the dog must eat. Dogs must eat. That man was made for mouths, that the gods send not corn for the rich men only. With these shreds they vented their complainings, which being answered, and a petition granted them, a strange one, to break the heart of generosity and make bold power look pale. They threw their caps as they would hang them on the horns o' the moon, shouting their emulation. What is granted them? 5 tribunes to defend their vulgar wisdoms of their own choice. One's Junius Brutus, Sicinius Velutus, and I know not. Death, the rabble should have first uproot the city, ere so prevailed with me. It was arguing. That is strange. Go get you home, you fragments. Enter a messenger hastily. Where Cassius Marcius? Here, what's the matter? The news is, sir, the vultures are in arms. I'm glad on't, then we shall have means to vent our musty superfluity. See, our best elders. Enter Cominius, Titus Lartius, and other senators, Junius Brutus, and Sicinius Velutus. Marcius, this true that you have lately told us. The ulcers are in arms. They have a leader, Talius Aphilius, that will put you to it. I sin in envying his nobility. Were I anything but what I am, I would wish me only he. Yet, for together, we have to have the world by the ears, and he, upon my party, I'd revolt to make only my wars with him. He is a lion that I'm proud to hunt. But worthy Marcius, attend upon Cominius to these walls. It is your former promise. Certes, I am constant. Titus, Lartius, thou shalt see me once more strike at Pollux. What art thou, stiff? Standest out? No. Cassius Marcius, I'll lean upon one crutch and fight with the other. Ere stay behind this business. O true bred, your company to the capital. Well, I know our great friends attend us. Legion, Cominius, follow Cominius, we pray you, right worthy your priority. No washes, hence to your homes begone. Nay, let them follow to the citizens to know that gods, worshipping mutineers, your valor puts them well forth. Pray follow. Exude senators, come on, citizens, steal away. Was there ever a man so proud as Marcius? He has no equal. When we were chosen tributes for the people, my chew is lifted high. Nay, but his taunts being moved, he will not spare the grind, gird the gods, but mock the modest moon. The present woes devour him. He is grown too proud to be valiant. Such a nature, tickled with goodness, success, disdain to shadow, which he treads on at noon. But I do wonder his insolence can brook to be commanded under Cominius. Fame at the which he aims, in whom already he is well graced, cannot better be held, nor more attained, than by a place below the first. For what miscarries shall be the general's fault. Though he performs to the utmost of a man, in giddy censure, we'll then cry out of Marcius, oh, if he had borne the business! Besides, if things go well, opinion that so sticks on Marcius shall of his demerits rob Cominius. Come, half of all Cominius' honours are to Marcius, though Marcius earned them not. Nor his faults. To Marcius shall be honours, though indeed in art he merited not. Let's hence and hear how the dispatch is made. In what fashion, more than in singularity, he goes upon this present action. Let's along. Enter Tullius, Alcudius, and certain senators. Scene 2.